just can't give out bikes like that on rent. You will have to buy these bikes. You will have to purchase them. Okay, no matter who it is. Tuono 1100 was one such motorcycle which even I was interested in. We both went and saw the bike, where I was congratulating DV for buying the Triumph Tiger 1200 Rally Explorer from us. Everybody genuinely transferred the motorcycle. You have a problem with that also, and you have a problem with if the ownership is not transferred also. So please stop spreading false rumors like this. Baseless and stupid. I have certain customers who have even bought 4 bikes with me within 1 year. Very good morning, guys. Just heading out to work. Thought of making a vlog. The bike needs to warm up for a bit. You see this, it is at 2000 RPM, and once the bike heats up a bit, it comes down. That's the ideal time to start riding the motorcycle. See this, it's coming down slightly. It's a good practice for any motorcycle, no matter which bike it is. It's better to warm up your motorcycle before you start heading out on a ride. See this, now it's come and settled somewhere around 1500 RPM. Let's go. Yep, so just heading out to work, and I thought I'll make a quick vlog on the way. I'm gonna talk about something slightly controversial today. So you guys must have seen, and those of you who have not seen, you can have a look at it. So recently I put up a post on Instagram on my personal as well as NAFS Motors official handle, where I was congratulating DV for buying the Triumph Tiger 1200 Rally Explorer from us. Post was where we were congratulating DV on purchasing his new motorcycle from us, which is the Triumph Tiger 1200 Rally Explorer. And also I put up a postscript where I said that we at NAFS Motors do not rent out motorcycles, and don't get fooled. So those of you who know what the context is will know it. Those of you who do not know, let me shed some light on this. My post was not to offend anybody or targeting towards anybody specifically. It was one, congratulating DV, and then making a point that we don't rent out motorcycles. The reason for that was because there were rumors doing rounds about DV taking motorcycles on rent, and that NAFS Motors also gives out the bikes to him on rent, something of that sort. There's a rumor spread by a different blogger apparently. Guys, let's get real here. Who gives out motorcycles on rent like this? No superbike dealer would rent out motorcycles like this in the first place. It's so risky for us itself. Yes, there are blackboard motorcycles which are given out on rent, but big bikes, a lot of people don't do it. Before COVID, yes, Wicked Ride used to rent out motorcycles. Royal Brothers also used to do it at a much larger scale, but now it's very limited. So all those rental motorcycles have blackboards. So there's no way that any dealer would rent out motorcycles this way. At least not in Bangalore. No superbike dealer is doing this. The bike is registered on somebody else's name. Somebody else is the registered owner of the motorcycle. So it is risky for us when they come and give the motorcycle to us. It may be invested by us, or they might have dropped the bike with us. We just can't give out bikes like that on rent. You will have to buy these bikes. You will have to purchase them. Okay, no matter who it is. We don't rent out motorcycles. Now, for example, me myself, I have access to all these motorcycles. A lot of these motorcycles would have been invested by me also, right? If I wish to, I could take them out on rides. I could make vlogs on them. I do make vlogs on them, but it's inside the showroom. I don't take them out on a ride, make videos on them, because these bikes are dropped by people at our store because they trust us. So we just can't give out on rent like this. People have to buy the bikes. Likewise, DV has only purchased vehicles. So please stop spreading false rumors like this, which are totally baseless and stupid. Because these are all motorcycles in somebody else's name. We know the risk that is involved. So when we sell the motorcycles, we get the ownership transferred while we are selling the motorcycle. Okay, it is our responsibility. It's a big risk, because I have known DV's journey, from around 2018 or so. I know him before he even started the Kannada channel. He reached out to me initially when I had the Daytona 675R, and he was looking for inputs from me on what all he should look at when he is buying the Daytona 675R, and I gave him my inputs, and I sort of hinted him that I might consider selling my Daytona 675R, and he was already interested in the bike. And then the next day somehow I posted an ad for the bike, and he was like, bro, I told you I'm interested in the bike, why did you post the ad? He came directly up front, he paid fully for the bike, and he took the bike. Likewise, he's bought a lot of other motorcycles later as well, the GSXR, the ZX10RR, the Hully, and the 210 1100. In fact, 210 1100 was one such motorcycle which even I was interested in. We both went and saw the bike. Somehow I had to sell my previous motorcycle to arrange the funds, so DV, he paid a premium and he picked up that bike. I eventually got a different RS4, and when he sold the 210 1100, he lost a lot of money, and this losing money is not in a few thousands, it is lakhs. I think he lost at least 3 to 4 lakhs if I'm not wrong. The bike went to North India. I heard that it came back again to Bangalore, I'm not very sure. Yep, nobody rents out motorcycles like this. No dealer would rent out bikes like this. All the motorcycles the DV has bought, he's purchased them and then he sold. So stop spreading false rumors, guys. It's all baseless and stupid. I know a lot of you might be expecting this vlog in Kannada because the rivalry is between the top Kannada motor vloggers. My Kannada is not very fluent, guys. I'm just trying to learn Kannada as much as possible. I understand it, but I cannot speak fluently, so I choose to speak in English or Hindi. I had to make it clear that we don't rent out motorcycles, nor any other dealer in Bangalore rent out motorcycles like this. People pay for these bikes and they buy it. Yeah, they might come and sell it soon, that's a different thing. They come back, they sell the motorcycle and look at something else. So that is a different thing, but they lose out money every time when they sell. That is a fact. Yes, even when DV had dropped the 1000 XR at our store, a lot of people were making stupid comments like, I was interested in the motorcycle but I did not come and buy it because it was used, it was mentioned as single owner, but the bike was actually used by DV and it was abused and whatnot, and I'm not sure if I'll get the signatures of Chetan, who's the registered owner of the bike. Guys, stop being so stupid. If you are so seriously interested in the motorcycle, you would have reached out to me in the first place and understood about the bike. As far as DV maintains his bikes well, okay, he's got an exhaust on the bike and he got a tune from Brent Tune. Brent Tune makes one of the most reliable tunes for the BMWs. It's very well known. So what is so bad about it? Why are people talking nonsense like the bike was abused and all that? He used it for hardly, I think, 2 months. He had the exhaust, he had the tune. The bike was well maintained. If Chetan and DV have an understanding that DV will use it for a month or two and then he will sell it, and Chetan does not have any problem with that, then what is your problem? It's an understanding they have. Later on when we sell, yes, we will tell it. Whoever is the genuine buyer for the motorcycle, will tell it to him that what is it. There was somebody who used the bike in between and it was not transferred to his name. We'll be open, we will be transparent. It's not like it's some hidden secret. DV is popular, people know that it was his motorcycle. If you are so concerned about whether you will get Chetan signatures or not, you should have asked us directly if you're that keen. All this is rubbish. You're just not a genuine buyer. You're just, trying to create a fuss on YouTube. I know Chetan, I know DV, I know both of them. All the bikes that we sell, we transfer the ownership to the buyer's name. But sometimes there can be a request, is it okay if I use it for a short span? Is it okay if I don't transfer it? we won't agree to it completely unless the registered owner of the motorcycle is okay with it. Don't assume that it is all a rented motorcycle and all this rubbish. They come, pay for the bike and then take it. Until the complete payment is done, we don't even give out the delivery. Once again guys, I'm being clear, I don't have anything against anybody else or I intend to hurt anybody else. My post was with regard to the rumors that were being spread. A lot of people even messaged me and DM and reached out to me saying that I shouldn't be getting involved. Why not? If there is a rumor that is being spread and it is something related to me also, it is something that's concerned to me also, I have to clarify about it. It is my responsibility. If I'm aware of something that is wrong, then I should talk about it. So stop spreading this kind of hate, guys. Why do you guys want to do this? Every bike that we sell, we ensure that the transfer of ownership is done. I have certain customers who have even bought 4 bikes with me within 1 year, and all 4 times they transferred the ownership, even if it was using for 2 to 3 months. So we are very specific about transferring the ownership, unless somebody requests that is it okay if we don't transfer for a very short span. Then only after taking consent from the registered owner and an agreement between them, we do this. It's always good to transfer the ownership, I agree to that, okay? But again, when the bike has 5 owners, 6 owners, 7 owners, you still have a problem. People will be like, oh, the bike has 5 owners, is there any issue in the bike? Everybody genuinely transferred the motorcycle. You have a problem with that also, and you have a problem with if the ownership is not transferred also. So this is actually wrong. It's unfortunately the Indian mentality here. When you go abroad, people don't bother so much about kilometers as long as the bikes are, I've seen a lot of people in US and a lot of my friends around, as long as the bike is maintained well, the kilometers don't matter so much. And the ownership, number of owners are also is not a problem unless everything is clear, as in who was the owner, how it was used. As long as you're transparent about it, it's gonna be all cool. But the problem here is in our Indian market. Too many owners, people assume no, it's not a nice thing. Too many kilometers, that also becomes a problem for some people. What's the problem? I mean, if the bike is maintained really well, what is the problem? I can do my part to educate the buyers that the bike was well maintained, all the major services were done on time, but very few people would understand that. So that is why it becomes difficult for somebody like me also, like a dealer. We have to educate people that we will do our job in educating. But a lot of people would not understand that. So one person just cannot change the market. This is how it's been in the industry. We will do our part to educate people and make them understand how it does not matter so much if the ownership is high or if the odometer is high, as long as the bike is well maintained and you know the history, who are the previous owners. Please stop spreading hate. DV, for example, he is a very good motovlogger. There are various vloggers who have their own good things. I mean, for example, Triple Rush, people will admire him for riding really fast, and he's so skilled at the way he does it and how humble he is. DV, for that matter, the way he talks to you, the way he talks in Kannada, the localites will connect very well with that. So he's got that skill where he talks to you like you're his brother. Now don't compare these vloggers to journalists and all that. Journalists are doing a different duty. I mean, they are very technical and they provide very good information. He did not claim to be a journalist, right? He's a vlogger. He makes some informative content. Alongside with that, he has that way of communicating with people which is unique, and people enjoy that. So when somebody is successful, stop unnecessarily creating hate. Make some good content and people will like it. You will have your own set of followers. You don't have to diss somebody. That's it that I wanted to convey in this vlog. I'll be making more informative content which will be helpful for all of you. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Please show some love in the comment section. Until next time, ciao.